Chapter 14, Manual for Teachers, Course in Miracles, the Circle of Atonement edition. How will the world end? Can what has no beginning really end? The world will end in an illusion as it began. Yet will its ending be an illusion of mercy? The illusion of forgiveness, complete, excluding no one, limitless in gentleness, will cover it, hiding all evil, covering all sin, and ending guilt forever. So ends the world that guilt had made, for now it has no purpose and is gone. The father of illusions is the belief that they have a purpose, that they serve a need or gratify a want. Perceived as purposeless, they are no longer seen. Their uselessness is recognized, and they are gone. How but in this way are all illusions ended? They have been brought to truth, and truth has seen them not. It has merely overlooked the meaningless. Until forgiveness is complete, the world does have a purpose. It becomes the home in which forgiveness is born, and where it grows and becomes stronger and more all-embracing. Here it is nourished, for here it is needed, a gentle Savior, born where sin was made and guilt seems real. Here is his home, for here there is need of him indeed. He brings the ending of the world with him. It is his call. God's teachers answer, turning to him in silence to receive his word. The world will end when all things in it have been rightly judged by his judgment. The world will end with the benediction of holiness upon it, when not one thought of sin remains. The world is over. It will not be destroyed, nor attacked, nor even touched. It will merely cease to seem to be. Certainly this seems to be a long, long while away. When not one thought of sin remains appears to be a long-range goal indeed. But time stands still and waits on the goals of God's teachers. Not one sin will remain the instant any one of them accepts the atonement for himself. It is no easier to forgive one sin than to forgive all of them. The illusion of orders of difficulty is an obstacle the teacher of God must learn to pass by and leave behind. One sin perfectly forgiven by one teacher of God can make salvation complete. Can you understand this? No, not really. No, it is meaningless to anyone here. Anyone here. That's kind of arbitrary too. You can be here, but not perceive yourself as being here anymore. So, yet it is the final lesson in which unity is restored. It goes against all thinking of the world, but so does heaven. The world will end when its thought system has been completely reversed, and that's how you leave. Until then, bits and pieces of its thinking will still seem sensible. The final lesson, which brings the ending of the world, cannot be grasped by those not yet prepared to leave the world and go beyond its tiny grasp. What then is the function of the teacher of God in this concluding lesson? He need merely learn how to approach it, to be willing to go in its direction. He need merely trust that if God's voice tells him it is a lesson he can learn it. He does not judge it either as hard or easy. His teacher points to it, and he trusts that he will show him how to learn it. Trust. The world will end in joy, because it is a place of sorrow. It's kind of an unequivocal statement, too. The world is a place of sorrow, so you need to leave it in your mind. When joy has come, the purpose of the world is gone. The world will end in peace because it is a place of war. When peace has come, what is the purpose of the world? The world will end in laughter because it is a place of tears. Where there is laughter, who can longer weep? And only complete forgiveness brings all this to bless the world. In blessing it departs, for it will not end as it began. To turn hell into heaven is the function of God's teachers. For what they teach are lessons in which heaven is reflected. Heaven or hell is up to you in your mind. And now sit down in true humility and realize that all God would have you do, you can do. Do not be arrogant and say you cannot learn his own curriculum. It is arrogance to say that you can't. Usurping God's power again, right? His word says otherwise. His will be done. It cannot be otherwise, and be you thankful it is so.